Lion's Den, powered by KCB Bank. Last in the den are two very determined entrepreneurs with a lucrative proposition for a product used in more ways than most people are aware of.
Hello Lions, this is Captain Ombati. I'm Sam Nyamboga and we are KENNECT Enterprises. Introducing gum arabic. This is a product of the acacia tree. It oozes naturally on the branches of the acacia tree from where it's plucked without harming the tree. Almost certainly all of you have consumed a product that has gum arabic as an ingredient. From sodas to yogurt for diabetics to confectionery, its application is extensive. We are inviting you to become a part of this project. For the rest of this year in 2016, we are projecting sales of 27 million Kenya shillings. At the moment, we are exporting the gum arabic raw without value addition.
The numbers are barely a scratch at the surface of our company's growth potential. With a committed demand in our European market for our sales worth 140 million Kenya shillings. But the whole grail really in the gum arabic export is in value addition. Because processed gum arabic costs 3 times the price of the raw product. We've come here to offer 12% stake in our company for 15 million Kenya shillings. And that money shall be invested in capital infrastructure development for the purposes of processing the product to add value. We work with the communities that have hitherto been at the margins of economic participation and development. So this is an opportunity to bring good to society and conserving our environment.
A slick pitch in which our entrepreneurs coolly explain how their gum arabic enterprise adds value along the processing chain, building communities and protecting the environment.
So tell me a bit about yourselves.
I studied and I live in Germany. I came here last year to start this company. In Germany, I worked for Merck, the pharmaceutical company. So this is my first venture.
My background is really in development work, working with the communities across the region. And I've been working in this area for over 15 years. I have an MBA in strategy. And my current passion is really on social entrepreneurship, because communities own and drive their own development through business.
Year to date, you've done 12 million of sales. For the rest of the half year, you're expecting 27, making total of 39 million for the year, right?
Yes.
Right. That's your turnover. What's the profit from that?
We make margins of 40%.
This financing we're looking for is specifically for setting up the processing plant. From 40%, the profitability will jump to over 200%.
How do you do that mathematics?
Let me walk through that. The current committed demand of 140 annually.
Committed, signed?
Yeah, committed.
Orders?
There are orders, yeah. We have orders. Processed, instead of fetching 140, it will be 420 million. The costs will rise marginally.
1 second. Give me an idea on price per ton unprocessed and price per ton processed, because I think that's what will give us the good idea of exactly how that jump happens.
And unfortunately, we can't give that price because of the suppliers.
Impressive projections pique Chris Senanu's interest, but our entrepreneurs are cagey as to how they arrived at their figures.
What is the processing plant going to cost you?
I was looking between 60,000 and 200,000 dollars. Yes.
You've got enough money to do the plant. Why are you?
We reinvest the money in sourcing and also in quality assurance. There are a lot of processes.
Look at it this way. We can choose to self-finance, which we can do, but it will take us a longer period of time.
Okay, so tell us a bit about the competition, the market.
Okay, this variety of Kenyan gum, it's only available in Kenya, parts of Ethiopia, and Somaliland.
A rare commodity that is only found in very few parts of Africa has sparked the Lion's interest.
And who owns it? What's the shareholding currently?
Well, I
It's,
don't know
I can, I get,
but we own it.
Two of you.
no, it's, there are other directors in it.
Questions abound as to their shareholding and how many shares our entrepreneurs can actually offer.
Between us, we own 56%.
Between the two of you?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And then you have the other shareholders that own the other.
Yes, and there are
44.
some floating shares.
How did these shareholders get involved in your business? Can I just understand?
I thought these are the details we would be discussing at the second level.
What stops anybody else from doing this?
We have our own agents who exclusively supply us. We have contracts with them. We have exclusive contracts with our buyers. For any new entrant, you'll have to go through all that value chain before you get where we are.
How much have you exported in the last?
So far, you mean in tonnage?
Since when you started? So you've been in operation less than a year.
I can say it in sales because if I say it in tonnage, somebody will know the price. You have to juggle it. You have to be careful.
Well, we believe that in business, there are stages of discussion, and there is escalation of information.
Give us a range of the percentage. Like, are you doing even 5% of that capacity?
We are no. We are
Yeah,
barely.
you haven't touched. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many times have you supplied? You have one main supplier in Germany.
buyer.
One main buyer, sorry.
Yes.
How many times have you supplied them?
Now this is the third time. Yes.
Is there a sourcing constraint? For example, if you were to get an order for 1,000 tons tomorrow, are you able to?
The only constraint will be your purchase capacity. I mean, the product is there.
Tell us how it works with the collectors. So who are they? What do they get paid? And how will that change when you start to process it?
It has to be noted here that initially, these collectors were exploited a lot. So they were paid like 80 shillings a kilogram. So what we are offering them is far much better because we can be able to accommodate the margins.
And how big is that group? Like how many collectors are you working
They're
with?
in different counties.
So in total, like, you know, if you were
around collectors.
Yeah.
Collectors, 9,000.
I see an opportunity. I think we can collaborate on it. Obviously, we have to have extensive conversations about the equity. And I also totally agree that there's some things that you should not be putting out there because that's your trade secret, right?
We need a lot of very tight
NDAs that need to be signed.
I suggest you guys take a minute to go and understand the value of that and how much maximum equity, percentage-wise, you're willing to give us.
But if you permit us,
yes,
we would love to hear what your offer is so that we have a basis for discussion.
We want as much equity as possible. There's 5 lions. Honestly, look, we're being honest, right? Look, we're investors. We came here to invest.
So let me put that in figures because I don't understand this story stuff. 40%.
Yeah. Now just think about, and these are not only Kenyan, East African, international networks. You know, we're talking about the world. Take a minute now to go and seriously think about it.
All the lions remain interested and insist on 40% of the company.
We have a verdict.
First of all, we are very grateful that you have actually, it's a thing that sells itself. Like you said, triple bottom line, you make money, you conserve the environment, and you help people. So that's why we are here. Basically, the shares that we have that are floating are 19, right? And to give anything that is above that would require a resolution of the board. So we are going to just have to say that it can only be 19%.
If it's an issue of restructuring for everybody to get X amount, this is 5 resources coming in with massive strategic input to your business. For me, I'm looking at the bottom line. Those collectors, those women in the marginalized area who are being exploited by other buyers. And I feel that this company will have an impact on the ground.
I think that 19%.
What if you took 6% of the 56 that you own? So you don't even need to go back to the board. You're just talking about your own. So 3%, 3%. You add that to the 19. Because we're not going to go in unless each of us can have at least 5. And between us, that makes 25%.
Did you just...
Okay, subject to the other lines again.
No, it's okay, fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're trying to also be fair over here. And
yeah.
I don't know, okay, Mike is quiet. I'm getting worried.
For me personally, I wouldn't go in for less than 5%. And, you know...
Mike?
Yeah, minimum 5% per line.
So does that work for you? 15 million for 25%?
I think given what you're bringing in, I think it's fair. I think 5% each is fair.
Okay, fantastic. You have a deal.
Wandia jumps in and offers a lower stake than the Lions had offered. But for the first time in the series, all 5 Lions join in on one single deal.
When you came in, you must have had some expectations, but what did you think of the Lions?
Honestly, I think the Lions have had us for breakfast, but I think it's great. We have a great team to work with, and they're doing good to community and they're conserving our environment.
Like, you know, you owe us money on this deal.
What?
Yeah, because you sat over there quiet and you rode along.
So I was gonna take the whole deal. I was gonna take the whole deal myself.
I also suspected that. That's why I didn't give you an opportunity.
When you have all those people working with you, you win.
So congratulations to you guys, the only guys who managed to actually roar at the Lions.
I'm interested, obviously, yes, bottom line is one, but the social impact, the good for the economy, the society, the country at large.
Lions Den, powered by KCB Bank.